coming. My name is Dale Butland, and I'm Communications Director for Innovation Ohio. My colleague in Communications, Michelle Prater, from the Ohio Education Association, is also here this morning. Today, Innovation Ohio and the Ohio Education Association are unveiling what we believe to be an historic first. Until now, there was no user-friendly one-stop shop where parents, students, taxpayers, and policymakers could go to get up-to-date comparative information on charter schools and traditional school districts. Innovation Ohio and the OEA believe the time has come to change that. Parents deciding what school is right for their children deserve full and complete school performance information. Taxpayers deserve to know how well their money is being spent. And policymakers need to be aware of the financial impact charters are having on traditional school districts. Making information like that clear and easily accessible is what KnowYourCharter.com is all about. So to talk about this website and the data that is available on it, we'll hear first from Becky Higgins, President of the Ohio Education Association, then from Carrie McCarthy, President of Innovation Ohio, and finally from Greg Ring, who's the Superintendent of the Lorain County Educational Service Center. Following their remarks, we'll be happy to take whatever questions members of the media may have. And IO's Education Fellow Steve Dyer is also here to lend a hand to the help. So with no further ado, please welcome the President of Ohio's largest teacher organization, OEA President Becky Higgins.
Thank you and good morning. I'm pleased to be here today to announce the launch of KnowYourCharter.com. We believe this website and the data it contains will perform an important public service. It will enable the citizens of Ohio to have the means to learn exactly how publicly funded charter schools are performing, how they are paid for, and what the cost is to local public school districts. We initiated this venture, what we're calling the Ohio Charter School Accountability Project, with our colleagues at Innovation Ohio, under the belief that most people don't really know or understand how the charter school system works in Ohio. We did so also in keeping with our mission at the Ohio Education Association to ensure that all students in Ohio receive a high-quality public education. Wherever public funds are being used to pay for a student's education, whether it's at a charter school or a traditional public school, it's essential that students succeed. It's no secret that we think the evidence is strong that Ohio's charter schools are not living up to their promise. And we certainly have some ideas on what could be done to fix the problems that plague Ohio's charter schools. But to get to the fix for Ohio's charter schools, whatever that may be, we believe the remedy will be stronger and more likely to take hold if we have an informed citizenry. That's what the Ohio Charter School Accountability Project is all about, to inform people about the reality of charter schools in Ohio. It is a nonpartisan public education endeavor. It is driven by data from public sources, largely from the Ohio Department of Education. We believe that data tells a pretty compelling story, but we want people, be they parents, taxpayers, concerned citizens, or policymakers, to look at the data and make their own judgments on what they think about charter schools in their community, or more broadly, statewide. We think the time is right for KnowYourCharter.com. This summer we saw a lot of troubling newspaper and TV stories about problems at some of Ohio's charter schools. There are now nearly 400 charter schools operating in Ohio, with less accountability than exists in the traditional public school system. There's a growing bipartisan consensus that needs to change, and the issues raised in the recent press accounts should be addressed. But when they are addressed, and we are hopeful that will happen in the next legislative session, we'll be better served, as I said earlier, if we have an informed citizenry. That's what we seek to accomplish today with the Ohio Charter School Accountability Project. We urge everyone, who has an interest or a stake in the future of public education in Ohio to go to knowyourcharter.com and see how Ohio's charter schools are performing. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Becky. And now, the president of Innovation Ohio, Carrie McCarthy.
Thank you, Becky, and thank you all for being here today. Innovation Ohio is proud to partner with the Ohio Education Association to roll out this new online tool. KnowYourCharter.com not only helps parents, teachers, and educators understand the comparative performance between charter schools and traditional public schools, it also provides a new level of financial transparency and accountability for Ohio charter schools. Transparency and accountability, as many of you know, have long challenged the policy debate here in Columbus. For example, charter schools don't have their own line item budget like public education does for traditional public schools. That money is passed through the local school district, and as many of you know, trying to ascertain the amount of money that's going from the state to the charter schools can be a difficult endeavor. This website, KnowYourCharter.com, helps to address that very challenge by providing important financial data for charter schools and traditional public schools in a way that will help illuminate the debate, the policy debate here in Columbus on charter schools as we go forward, and help provide a useful service to not just policymakers here in Columbus, but local taxpayers, teachers, educators, and parents. We believe it's critically important for data such as this to be readily available and easily accessible, and we hope that lawmakers on both sides of the aisle agree. Before the creation of this website, it wasn't easy for parents to do a side-by-side comparison of their local public school district and a charter school. This website helps address that challenge, and it provides easy-to-use and easy-to-navigate comparative data that will help parents and educators and policymakers make informed decisions about the future of their child's education. So now I'd like to do a brief walkthrough, and I'm just going to provide kind of a general overview of the site, and we can happy to take some questions at the end, and Steve, as Dale mentioned, is here to help answer some of those technical questions. But really what I want to do here is just give you a kind of brief sense for how the site is laid out and what you can do and what you can find on it. So as you see, this is the home page. You have a search function, and you can search by charter school, which is here, or your traditional public school district. And so we will go to my hometown of Newark, Ohio, and look at the Newark City school system just by way of example. And as you can see here, the KnowYourCharter.com compares the public school district of Newark, and you can see the performance index grade. I should say that there's 5 basic categories here that we've measured, and that's performance index grade, and that is data directly from the Ohio Department of Education. We also have state funding per student. We have the percentage spent in the classroom, which is a measure of efficiency, and we have the average teacher experience, and then we have state money transferred from the district. So you can see and easily compare those measures, those measures between your traditional public school and the charter school. So, in addition to those measurements, you can also click on the school, the charter school, and there you'll find 4 basic measures and a lot of additional data. You have data around operations, you have student and facility data, you have letter grades so you can better understand how they compare, and we've also included a measure on the 3rd grade reading guarantee. These arrows here indicate whether it's above or below the public school in that area. And you can also see, if I back up here, you can also see when you look at the various charter schools, which ones are brick and mortar charter schools, and which ones are, and you'll see this by this symbol here, and which ones are online schools. So you can clearly measure between the two and clearly understand the